When it comes to your 401k and understanding withdrawal penalties, things can get a little tricky. If you're planning to take money out of your 401k early, you may be facing significant penalties that could cost you dearly in the long run. In this video, we'll break down exactly how 401k withdrawal penalties work, and more importantly, how you can avoid them. And yes, there are ways to do it without losing a large portion of your hard-earned savings. So, why are 401k withdrawals so heavily penalized? First off, the government sets up 401ks as retirement accounts with the expectation that you'll leave your money untouched until you hit 59, 2 years old. If you withdraw before that age, you're looking at a 10% early withdrawal penalty in addition to regular income tax. That's a pretty hefty chunk. But don't worry, there are strategies that can help you avoid these penalties, especially if you plan ahead. Now here's the thing. If you're serious about protecting your wealth and making sure you're not getting hit with penalties like this, I'd highly recommend clicking the first link in the description for a free guide. Thousands of Americans are turning to gold IRAs to protect their wealth, and it's an option that can help you grow your savings without being subject to the same penalties that apply to traditional 401k withdrawals. If you've got $100K or more in your IRA or 401k, or even $5 million in savings, this guide is something you definitely want to check out. But let's stay on track. One way to avoid the early withdrawal penalty is to roll over your 401k into an IRA. When you do this, you typically avoid the 10% penalty if you're over 59, 2. The good news is you have a lot of flexibility with IRAs compared to 401ks, and there are options that provide tax benefits as well, especially when you look into gold IRAs. Another strategy for avoiding the penalty is through what's called a 72T distribution. This option allows you to take early withdrawals from your 401k without paying the 10% penalty, as long as you take substantially equal periodic payments, CPP, over a certain period. It's a great option if you're looking to access your funds early, but need to be careful with how you structure the payments to stay penalty-free. You can also avoid penalties by using the money for certain exceptions. For example, if you become permanently disabled, you can take an early withdrawal without facing the 10% penalty. Similarly, if you're facing medical expenses that exceed 7.5% of your adjusted gross income, those can be paid for with a penalty-free withdrawal from your 401k. But be aware, you'll still have to pay regular income tax on the amount you withdraw. Here's something that's very important, and many people don't realize it. 401k withdrawals, even if done properly, can have serious tax implications. When you pull money out, that money is counted as regular income, which means you could end up in a higher tax bracket than you were before. This is another reason why many retirees are turning to gold IRAs, which can offer a more tax-efficient way of handling wealth in retirement. Let's be real here. The world of retirement accounts and taxes is confusing, and making the wrong move could cost you big. That's why I can't stress enough how important it is to have a strategy in place when it comes to 401k withdrawals. And if you want to learn more about how to protect your wealth while avoiding penalties, especially if you have over 100K in an IRA or 401k, or up to 5M plus in savings, be sure to check out the free guide in the description. In closing, navigating 401k withdrawal penalties doesn't have to be overwhelming. You just need the right strategy. Remember, whether you're rolling over to an IRA, taking advantage of 72T distributions, or leveraging exceptions for medical or disability reasons, there are ways to avoid these penalties. But if you want the best option for wealth protection in the long run, gold IRAs, make sure to take a look at the free guide linked below. If you're serious about protecting your wealth in the next 2 weeks, I recommend clicking the link in the description now. With a gold IRA, you're looking at a more secure retirement strategy without the penalties that come with traditional 401k withdrawals. Thanks for watching.